Hey you guys, Leah Pearson here, and I have gotten so many questions on how to do the liver gallbladder cleanse that I have done twice now, that I wanted to do just a quick video as a resource for you to hopefully answer some of your common questions that I'm getting. But I will preface this by saying that I am not a medical professional and I don't have all of the answers. But I followed this book, so I really recommend that you get this book and you read this book because everybody's experience is going to be a little bit different. I felt like I had a pretty smooth experience. There are some people that maybe feel a little bit of nausea and different things during the cleanse, and he troubleshoots a lot of that information in here. There's also pictures as far as the different gallstones that you can pass, what the different colors mean, if you maybe cannot drink apple juice, what to do instead of that. Like, he's got a lot of really good information. So please get this book. This will answer probably a lot of your questions, but I'm just going to go over some of the basics of my experience, what I did, and hopefully that'll be helpful for you. So basically, with this liver and gallbladder cleanse on page 114, he gives exactly what you need and how to prepare for this cleanse. And so the liver gallbladder cleanse takes 6 days of preparation in order for you to be ready to do the actual cleanse. The actual cleanse is going to be somewhere between 16 and 20 hours, depending on who you are and how many stones you have to pass. So the first time that I did it, I was passing stones for several more hours as compared to the second time I did the cleanse, probably like another, I don't know, 3 or 4 hours. The first time I did it, I passed more stones. So it was about 3 or 4 hours longer than the second time that I did the cleanse. So when you're planning this out, one of my recommendations would be you need to figure out what is a good day for you to do the cleanse on. He recommends doing it on the weekends so that you can rest and just plan on being home. You are not going to be able to go to work. I would not recommend going to work on the day that you're doing the cleanse. So you are going to drink the actual concoction that causes the cleanse at, I think it's 9 o'clock. We'll get there the night before. And then once you wake up that following morning, you will start passing stones. And I passed stones from probably 6 or 7 a.m. all the way until, I don't know, almost after lunchtime for sure. So there is no way that I would have been able to go anywhere or do anything. So try to pick a day. I think that's my biggest tip, is try to pick a day when you know that you're going to be home, whether that's, like Friday night, you do the cleanse so that you're passing the stones Saturday morning. Figure out like what morning are you going to be home and you don't have to leave the house, do the cleanse the night before that. Does that make sense? So you need to do 6 days of preparation leading up to that cleanse. So what you do for preparation is you drink 32 ounces of apple juice every day over the course of the day for 6 days. So when you're picking your apple juice, I have one of my empty bottles here. This is what I got. I got it from Walmart. I could not find organic fresh pressed apple juice. The key is, and if you can find it, great, but I could not. You see how it says it's not from concentrate, and then it says fresh pressed apples. That is the key. It cannot be made from concentrate. So you need to be drinking 32 ounces of fresh pressed apple juice for 6 days. So all containers are a little bit different sizes. This one is 3.7 liters. So I'll let you do the math on that, but you need enough. Do 32 times 6. That's how many ounces you need, and then you can convert it and figure it out. But you need to drink 32 ounces of apple juice for 6 days. Give me a minute, honey. I'm doing a video, okay? And then, so when you are drinking that apple juice over the course of 6 days, the malic acid that's in the apple juice will soften the stones so that you're not feeling like you are passing gallstones like somebody who has a gallbladder attack. I'm sure we've all heard of people that have had gallbladder attacks before where it's super painful. It's super hard. The reason why you're drinking the apple juice is because the malic acid within the apples actually softens the stones so that you can pass them without pain. So I've had a lot of people ask me, does it hurt? No. That's why we're doing the 6 days of preparation ahead of time. So 6 servings of 32 ounces of apple juice. When you're drinking that, you're supposed to drink the apple juice on an empty stomach throughout your day. So I would wake up and I would drink a little bit of apple juice like in the morning. I would eat after like letting food digest, kind of like on an empty stomach. I'd drink another bit of it, and I would drink it throughout the day and try to do it in between meals. That's the key. On the 6th day of doing that, you need to get all of your apple juice in the morning. So on the 6th day, drink all 32 ounces in the morning. You can start drinking it soon after awakening. And then if you are hungry, drink a light breakfast. Eat a light breakfast. You can drink it too, I guess. But you need to make sure that you're avoiding any sweeteners, any extra spices, milk, butter, any fats. Any protein, anything like that. Fruit and fruit juices are fine, but keep it super simple, because if you are eating any meats or like fatty things or anything like that, you're going to be sick during your cleanse. So you do not want to do that. For lunch, he recommends eating plain cooked or steamed vegetables with white rice. If you're going to flavor it, do just a little bit of sea salt, but don't eat any protein, don't eat any butter, any oil, anything like that. And make sure that you stop eating, like make sure that your lunch is before 1:30 p.m. that day. It's really important for that to get through your system. So otherwise you might have difficulty passing stones because you've got food that's trying to digest, whereas like we want your bowels and everything open so that you can pass the stones. And that's another question a lot of people ask me, how do you pass these stones? You're pooping them out. Okay, so just so you know, because like I think a lot of people were confused because they're like, well, don't you like pee out kidney stones? Yes, but this is you're pooping them out. Okay, so that is on the 6th day. Drink all the juice in the morning, and then a light breakfast, and then the steamed veggies and white rice for lunch. Make sure that you're not eating after 1:30 p.m. That evening, you're going to start your cleanse. So you need to take at 6 o'clock. And again, he puts all of this. He's got the whole schedule for you in more details. So I'm not giving you everything, but this will give you just kind of an idea. Go play with brother a minute, please, honey. Okay, I'll be with you in just a minute. But I'm just trying to give you an idea. So at 6 o'clock, you need to take 4 tablespoons of Epsom salt and mix it with 24 ounces of water. This is one common question that I get a lot from people is this Epsom salt okay? My big thing is just make sure that I think it says on the back here. Where did it go? So it says uses, relieves occasional constipation or irregularity, generally produces bowel movements in half an hour to 6 hours. So it's a saline laxative. It's magnesium sulfate 100%. So I got this at Walmart as well. It's a multi-purpose. On the front, it says saline laxative for the relief of constipation. It can be a soaking aid or plant food for more vigorous plants. But the big thing is don't get the Epsom salt that has like the lavender or like the fragrances in it, and make sure that it says somewhere on there that it's a laxative, that it's something that you can internally take. Okay, that because you're going to mix it with water and drink it. So this is what I got from Walmart. We also use this for, like soaking in the bathtub and stuff like that for detox baths. So make sure that it says something about a laxative. That's what you want. You need Epsom salts. You take 4 tablespoons of the Epsom salts. You mix it with 24 ounces of water. So I put it in a mason jar and shook it up and just set it on my counter. And then I had the glass measuring cups that have the lines. I had one of those out so I could measure out, and you need to drink 6 ounces at a time. So 6 p.m., mix that up. You're going to make 4 6-ounce servings from that 24 ounces of water that you mixed it with, right? Drink your first portion, which is 6 ounces. So I'd pour 6 ounces out of my mason jar in my thing, and you need to drink that. It's going to be very, very bitter. So I drank it with a straw, and then I just rinsed my mouth out. Plug your nose if you need to, but get it down. One of the main actions of the Epsom salt is to dilate and widen the bile ducts, making it easy for the stones to pass. So it's important that you do this. The salt also is going to clear out any obstruction so that the stones can be released. Okay, so that's at 6 o'clock. At 8 o'clock, you need to drink your second serving of the Epsom salts. So pour out another 6 ounces and drink that. And it's going to be bitter, so brush your teeth, rinse out your mouth, whatever. At 9:30, if you've not had a bowel movement at this point, which at that point I was on the toilet a lot. So if you've not had a bowel movement yet, then and you have not done a colon cleanse within the past 72 hours, take a water enema, and this will trigger a series of bowel movements. This is why I'm saying I don't want to give you all the information here, because I didn't have to do that. I think he talks about coffee enemas at some point and, different things like that. I didn't have to do any of that. I was going to the bathroom, so I never crossed that bridge. And I'm probably not going to answer your message at 10 o'clock at night if you're like, hey, I didn't go to the bathroom yet. So just be ready. I think it would be smart for you to get this book so that you can read through that in case you need to know what to do at that point. But, you should be going to the bathroom at this point. If not, you're supposed to do a water enema at 9:30. At 9:45, you need to, it says, thoroughly wash either your grapefruits or lemons or oranges. You can use any of those 3 citrus fruits and hand squeeze them. I did not want to hand squeeze at 10 o'clock at night. So I bought this pure lemon juice. Again, it's not from concentrate. At the bottom, it says not from concentrate. It's organic. I got this at Walmart as well. So I just used this so I didn't have to squeeze my juice while I was mid-cleanse. Or you can squeeze it ahead of time or whatever. But you need 6 ounces of juice and 4 ounces or half of a cup of olive oil. And you need to mix those in a pint jar. Shake it super, super hard, at least 20 times, so it's very well mixed and the solution is looking watery. So 6 ounces of juice, 4 ounces of olive oil, shake it super, super hard. At this point, you need to be ready to go lay down. So if there's anything else that you need to do, be ready to go. You're supposed to lay down right after drinking this. And when they say to lay down, you need to have your head propped up a little bit. So I went in before I did the whole olive oil and apple juice drinking that. I went and I got some extra pillows and I set those up and did what I needed to do, got all the lights shut off. My kids were to bed early, all the things, because once you lay down, you're not supposed to move for 20 minutes after drinking this. So you shake that vigorously for 20 times until it's mixed really well. If you need to go to the bathroom, go to the bathroom. You might have to go to the bathroom again. You're supposed to take that at 10 o'clock, that olive oil and juice, next to your bed, and stand next to your bed. Don't sit down, stand up, drink the concoction. If you can, do it straight without any interruption. Some people prefer to drink it with a straw. You might have to plug your nose again. I thought the Epsom salts were worse than this concoction, honestly. But drink it. And then after you drink it, and this is funny because he says here, do not take more than 5 minutes to drink this. Only elderly or weak people need to take longer. So don't be weak. Drink it. Drink it fast. Don't take more than 5 minutes. Otherwise, he's calling you weak in this book, which I think is funny. So drink it, and then you need to lay down immediately. This is essential for helping you to release the gallstones. So have your lights shut off, be ready to go, lay flat on your back or with 1 or 2 pillows propping your head up. Your head should be higher than your abdomen. If that's uncomfortable for you, then you need to lay on your right side with your knees pulled up, kind of almost like a fetal position. Okay, and you need to lay perfectly still for at least 20 minutes and try to not speak. Focus on your liver. Some people find it beneficial to place a castor oil pack on the liver area. I have an infrared heating pad, so I put that on my liver area just because. And he talks in here about how you can possibly start actually feeling your stones like passing through the bile ducts like marbles. And I totally felt that. He said there's not going to be any spasms or anything like that because the magnesium released your ducts, released or relaxed your bile ducts, and then the malic acids softened the stones, like I told you, right? So And then what else did he say here? Yeah, so there's that. If at any time in the night you feel like you need to go have a bowel movement, go do so. That's fine. You may already have gallstones that you are passing at that point. It could be pea green colored or tan colored gallstones, and they will be floating in the toilet. So you will, if you see specks, you will know that's what it is. And then he's got a lot of pictures in here showing like what they look like, the different colors, all of that. And that means different things. So again, like I said, I really would recommend getting the book. Sometimes you're going to feel nauseated during the night or in the morning. And that is mostly due to a strong, sudden outpouring of gallstones or toxins from the liver and the gallbladder, pushing the oil mixture back into the stomach. And so the nausea will pass as the morning progresses. He did talk later in the book about how he had one cleanse where he got sick and he puked it up in the middle of the night, but he still ended up passing stones and it still was an effective cleanse. So just know that. A good way to prevent nausea or feeling yucky though, like I said, is not eating any animal products, any fats, any sweeteners, anything like that the day of the cleanse. Make sure you're following the directions for that and you stop eating by 1:30, and that's going to help prevent that too. So that is the actual cleanse. Try to sleep through the night. I did not sleep very well. It's pretty common to have your liver cleansing around like 3 a.m. I was up at 3 a.m., like just wide awake, could not sleep. I did feel almost like marbles, the gallstones going through. It was wild. The first time, the second time I did not. I think I slept a little bit better. So that is that night at 6 a.m. upon awaking, but not before 6 a.m. So I was awake at like 3. I did go back to sleep for a while, but I waited until 6 a.m. Drink your 3rd glass of the Epsom salts. So that should still be on your counter. Pour out 6 ounces of that. Drink it. You'll probably need to drink it through the straw because it's pretty bitter, right? And he does say read, rest, or meditate. If you're sleepy, you can go back to bed, but it's best if you stay in an upright position. I followed that the first time. I forgot to do that the second time. I was still passing stones, but you should try to stay in an upright position. So like if you have a lazy boy or something and you're tired, go and maybe sit in that and just kind of doze there so that you're still upright. And then at 8:30, drink your 4th glass of Epsom salt. So that should be the last bit of it, the last 6 ounces. Drink that and you will be passing stones at this point. So I was in the toilet quite frequently at that point. He does talk later, like if you, I don't remember exactly where that's at, but just talking about like what the follow-up on this should be. At one point he said if you passed a lot of stones, like over 100, you need to do another cleanse. And when I did it, it was impossible to count how many, but it was probably around the 100 mark or more probably. And so that's why I did a second cleanse. So just know that, like kind of try to keep track. I mean, obviously you're not going to be able to count perfectly or whatever, but try to just kind of keep a general track. And if you were passing a lot of stones, you probably should do this cleanse again. And he talks about in here timeline as far as how often to do it and all of that. So based on your results and what he says, follow that. And then, so that's at 8 or 8:30, you're drinking the last bit of the Epsom salts. And then about 10 o'clock after that, you can drink some freshly pressed juice at this time. 1.5 hours later, you can eat 1 or 2 pieces of fresh fruit. I think I started with a banana. 1 hour later, you can eat regular but light food. By the evening of the next morning, you should be pretty much back to normal. So continue eating light meals during the following 2 to 3 days. Remember, your liver and gallbladder have had or undergone like a major surgery is what he called it, without the harmful side effects or expensive surgery, obviously. He does say that throughout the cleanse, whenever you're thirsty, you can drink water, except for right after drinking the Epsom salts, and then for the first 2 hours after drinking the oil mixture too. So drink the oil mixture, don't drink water after that, lay down, but then if you do get up to have to go to the bathroom or whatever within a couple hours, if it's been 2 hours, you can grab a drink if you want in the bathroom. I did feel pretty dehydrated after this because I was in the bathroom a lot. So I did keep what I ate pretty light the days following it and really just tried to replace my electrolytes and all of that. He does talk about how important it is to make sure that your colon is cleansed before doing this. And if you need some information on how to do that and what that looks like, I have a 3-part gut health system that I use, and I know that that definitely helped me in preparation to this, because if you have struggled with constipation, or if your digestion's not regular, or you just your colon's not cleansed, then it is not going to be good to do this, because you're going to have things in the way of passing the gallstones essentially. So again, I'm not an expert, but that is how you do the cleanse. I think he said you need to wait about 3 weeks, and then you can do the next round where you're prepping 6 days for the apple juice. So it's about a month in between the cleanses. But again, work with your schedule. So you need to do this when you have time to rest and be at home. I took a couple days pretty easy. Afterwards, this is not something that you want to do on vacation or if you've got to go somewhere or whatever. So I think the big thing is make sure you just plan it around your cleansing day. Hopefully that's helpful. Get this book. This will give you a lot of really good details and what to expect afterwards. I do not have any more stomach pain. Like, I was having some gall pain, that's gone. I'm sleeping better at night. I have better mental clarity, better energy. Since doing this cleanse, I've done a couple different cleanses. I did a 3-day nutritionally supported fast a couple times, which helped cleanse out my liver. And then I did this, and I've done a parasite cleanse just within the last 6 months. But the mysterious 15 pounds that came on out of nowhere, is completely gone. I've not changed my diet at all. I have not changed my exercise at all. I'm doing everything the same, and I have dropped just about 15 pounds at this point just from doing this. So weight loss, like if you're retaining weight, it could be partly because of this. So there's a lot of really good benefits for sure. So hopefully this is helpful, and I'm trying to keep this short, so I'll just call that good. All right, I'll talk to you guys soon.